Good evening, all you beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. It is What We Eat Wednesday, and it's Jeff Cook. We're back in the kitchen. You've got me in front of your screen tonight with a nice, quick, and easy vegetarian dish packed with flavor. Very simple, just a couple ingredients that go into it. And it shouldn't take us too long. It's probably 15 or 20 minutes to get it onto a plate and into your tummies, which is beautiful, and we'll get there in a minute. So swipe in, let me know who's all here, how you guys are doing. It's the first week of Feb, can you believe it? We had an amazing weekend with everyone. Our 26-hour workout was fantastic. Hopefully you joined us, you logged your hours, you donated, you got stuck in. For those of you that came to the event out at Century City, it was amazing to meet all of you face to face as well. And we had all sorts going on in the makeshift kitchen there as well. So we'll send out little snippets of them, but beautiful little recipes to keep us fueled. And we did what we could. It was a long day. It was great. The team raised 200,000 Rand for RET, which was for RET SA, which was absolutely epic, and everyone really got involved. It was fantastic to see. So this week's about a little bit of R&R, a little bit of rest and recovery. Hopefully you've joined your challenges, you've done a check-in, you've seen where you are at the beginning of the month. Maybe you've just joined club, maybe you've just joined one-on-one, maybe for some of you it's your first cook with us. Let me know if you're a newbie in the house as well. And we're going to pick up this month slightly shorter. We get a few days shorter, which is nice, and because January was hell of a long, wasn't it? So I'm going to pop into the comments here, see who's all with us and how you guys are all doing. Auntie Pat, how are you? I know you logged plenty of hours with us. Coach Keegan, how's it going? Put through his paces properly, but did a superb job for us there, Keegan. Renata, how are you? Leslie, you haven't joined a cook along in a while. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while, Leslie. Fantastic to have you here with us. Looking forward to this, although you'll only make it another day, which is fabulous. Add it to your bank of recipes. Kath, I'll read your comment now, but I know that you did this on Monday. You tested it for us and you said it was delicious. It was a win. So that's always good to know. A lot of these recipes, the first time that they actually get made are on the evening. Some of them I'm not quite sure about and I test in advance, but 90% of them, the first crack might actually be on the night with you guys. So that's all right, because we're here to have a little bit of fun and see how it all turns out. So Kath, see, internet just got back on. My power went back on 5 minutes ago. So lights on, cameras up, charging what we can, everything's ready to go. Thankfully, Eskom was on time. We always get a few minutes short on our load shedding, and luckily we're at it. You used rice dough, so Kath made this, but just swapped out the starch for some rice, which is cool. And I'll talk about some swap outs as we go when we jump into all of the ingredients. Amy's just popped the recipe in there if you don't have it. So if you're cooking along with us, fantastic. Let me know. If you are just popping in to see how it's all done or have a little chat, that's cool as well. Super simple. There's loads of flavor that goes into here. I'll bring up the second screen and just show you kind of what's going on here. We can run through some of the ingredients. I haven't done any prep for it. Normally do a little bit of slicing and dicing if we need to save some time, but that's going to be an issue tonight. There's literally going to be 2 things to slice and dice, which is easy. That's the way we like it. I know that. So you can see everything here in front of me. The hero of the dish is a plant-based protein, some beautiful chickpeas. Essentially, you could swap that out for anything. If you wanted to get some chicken or some meat or pork or some tofu or whatever it is, you could play around with your proteins because they all, to be honest, they soak up curry quite nicely. That's where all the flavor is going to come from. But these chickpeas are lovely, beautiful plant-based protein, loads of fiber, nice option that we're going to get there. Going to give us some nice texture as well, so a little bit of bite to it, which is going to be great. We're going to drain those in a little bit. The flavors here are coming from some peanut butter. So we've got a little bit of peanut butter, over here. Then our curry powder. You can use any curry powder. Let me get that right up there. Which way around should it go so you can read it? There. This one is a Cape Malay curry powder, but you can use a medium, a mild, a hot, whatever you kind of feel like. I just thought it'd be quite nice with the different flavors. The Cape Malay, that just makes it kind of a little bit different. So it's ginger and fennel and things going on there. And they're going to play really nicely with all the flavors that we've got. Peanut butter, curry powder, and lime. So that's it. And there's so much flavor in there. There's so much balance. It's a bit of spice, a bit of warmth, nice bit of acid and flavor from the lime as well. That's going to be super. A little bit of garlic that goes in there. And that's what's going to carry our chickpeas. You can make a nice big batch of these. So if you go into your app, you'll see the portions that are sort of designed for you and how you might need to adjust them and what goes on. But if you want to multiply it out, batch cook this into a little meal prep version, you can then have this to go on a wrap to get onto your pitta, or I'm using these little sandwich things, or like Kat did with some rice. You'll get a couple meals out of it, which is great. So you can get sort of 3 days if they're in the fridge. So maybe just double up, triple up, whatever the case is, and beautiful flavors there. Like I said, instead of pittas, just because Woolies didn't have it when I went there, and I've never used these little sandwich thins. I posted a pic on Instagram. That was interesting. Quite a few comments how people love them. Never used them. Didn't really know what they were about, but they looked interesting. So essentially just interesting bread. I don't know if you guys have ever had these bread thins, but nice and high in fiber, which is great. They smell quite nice, like there's a lot going on here, as opposed to just normal bread. So I think we're going to get a little bit more flavor out of here, which is great. And they're quite airy as well. So that's cool. And that's just going to house our curry and salad filling at the end. But pitta or rice or whatever you want to do, that'll work. Then we're just going to fill it with a little bit of cucumber, which you can't see because it's, you can see because it's on screen. I'm just going to slice some cucumber and some salad. Any filling we don't get onto the bread, we're going to serve on the side with it. If you want to, a little dollop of yogurt might go quite nicely with the curry, particularly if you're using a hot one. And the cucumber, you can almost make like a raita out of it. It'll be quite lekker. And you can wing it a little bit. But nice and simple, not a whole lot going on here. We've really just got to cook a bit of onion, heat through the spices and the chickpeas, and we're going to be ready to go. So super simple. Taryn, good evening. How's it going? Leslie, when you cook with tinned chickpeas, should you remove the skin? I never do, Leslie. That's far too much of a hassle to worry about. You get some fiber from the skin, which is great. So I have never done it. I've never removed the skin from my chickpeas. I know some people like to do it, like when you're doing a roast chickpea, just because the skin doesn't always get nice and crispy, but I really wouldn't be bothered. Tana sounds delicious. How's life in Botswana? Kath, those are Raf's fave, light and easy to toast as well, which is super. So these are obviously quite popular. So it'll be a first for me, but it'll be nice to see how they turn out. So you can toast them. They seem ready to go like they are. Harry thought that he was getting waffles when he saw them. So they're going to go into his lunchbox and he's going to think that he's got a waffle for lunch, which is great. Natasha saying hello. Catherine, you learned something new. I don't know what you learned, but that's fantastic. If I can still teach you something, Kath, after all this time, I'm quite privileged. So, guys, not a whole lot to prep, and we'll get into it in a minute. My sous chef's here with me, waiting in the wings, itching. So you haven't been with us for a while, eh? We'll have to move over.
Hello.
There you go. So Gria's back with us, guys, and
Wow.
It has been. We haven't done one this year.
Well, we did one, but I have only one.
Okay. So chickpea curry is something we actually used to have quite a lot of it. Gria quite enjoys the chickpea curry, a little bit of coconut milk and whatnot. So this one's a little bit different to that. So it's going to give us some different flavors, which is great. Roz, how's it going? Natasha loves anything with chickpeas and anything with peanut butter. There you go, ready in love. So it's a match made in heaven. Tracy, just saying hello. Pat says, haven't seen you in a while. No, you have. Hello, Auntie Pat.
Hello, Auntie Pat.
How many hours did you get through? 26?
I need to 2.5.
Oh, there you go. Better than nothing. How many hours did you guys do? Stick it in there. I want to know.
Was it? Yeah.
Which ones did you do?
I did Jono's first one, his last one. Louis' one. I think I did Jules's.
There was a lot of hate for Ed. If you want to go back and catch one
I
up.
just did Kate's Angels one, and I can't say I was loving you very much, Kate, if you're watching.
Ed put everyone through their paces because they've grown to know Ed as kind of the low impact, but low impact doesn't mean it's not hard. So it was high burn, low impact, and it burned. Taryn did 4 hours. Well done, Taryn.
Well done. I haven't exercised much during January. I was good during December, and then went off the rails in Jan, so I was.
So Feb's the month to jump back on. Have you joined the challenge?
Yes.
Which one?
Dom and Greg's.
There we go. Dom and Greg, they've absolutely smashed it. It looks like an epic challenge.
I need to get back into routine.
It's good. It's super. Pat, 11 hours.
What?
Sure, Auntie Pat.
I was going to say, I kept hearing your name the whole day, Pat. Auntie Pat.
Roz also did 2.5 hours. Well done. And Roz have a yummy fruity chickpea curry recipe for sharing. Please do share, Roz. We always want a little bit extra. And you know what makes it better is when it doesn't come from one of us, it comes from one of you, and you can share your lovely creations. Taryn watched most of the day, night and morning. Beautiful.
Taryn, I still set my alarm to watch his midnight snack, and I missed it.
Because it was a lot quicker than anticipated. So
I thought I'd miss the chit chat before, so I said for 5 past, and then I missed it.
So you missed the sing song and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Coach Joe, his rendition, they had a little him and Jethro on the guitar. It was amazing, guys. Go and watch that.
Did you ask him if he was a Stardust?
No.
I'm pretty certain I watched him at Stardust at a year-end function.
Quite possibly. Talented young lad.
Talented.
Very talented. And quite easy on the eye, so I'm told, by my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Sari, hello. How are you?
Sari.
Lovely joining us. The sing song was amazing, wasn't it? Just okay. We could talk rubbish for hours. We're going to get cracking. What we're going to do, guys, all we've got to do is chop our garlic. All right. Do you want to do that? Yes, I do it.
You're getting me under pressure on my first time back here this year.
I can do it if you want to slice the cucumber.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to multitask here. I'm just going to dice the garlic. Harry, no one can see.
You've got to come this way.
Harry did the little Legends workout. There he is. Jono dressed to the nines in his Superman garb. It was fantastic. Okay. So all we're going to do, got some garlic and going to finely dice it. You can grate it. You can do whatever you want with it. You can slice it. It doesn't really matter. And that is going to go into the pan with a little bit of water. So we're cooking it in water. And that just takes a little bit of the sort of astringent bite out of garlic. But we're not cooking it in oil. So it's nice and light and lean and gets to the straw. And nice and easy. And while I'm doing that, Greer's just going to get
the long ones.
Yeah. Greer's just going to get the peeler out and slice the cucumber, but you can cut it anyway. It's just going to go into your pita breads and into your salad.
Iva's here.
Hello, Iva. Good evening.
Good evening, Iva.
How's the little whiskey going tonight? I reckon I could do the whiskey tonight. But it's Wednesday night, so it's February, and we've apparently turned over a new leaf. So
Trying.
So Ava, I'm going to have to let us know just what that's like. Okay, so literally about 2 tablespoons of water with the garlic. I'm going to move this over so you can try to get both things on the screen and you can catch what's going on here. There we go. Garlic, water, and that's just in there. And I'm just going to let that water kind of cook off a little bit. And while it does that, we're going to whisk together the flavors of everything that's going to go in there with it, which is our peanut butter, our lime juice, and the curry powder. Okay, so that's fine. That's enough. Okay, do you want to? You can do this. So we're serving two. We're going to get 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. There you go. Yeah, that's cool. We got 2 of those. Natasha, 4 hours. We did Coach Ed, Kate's Angels, Jules Dance, Kathleen's Yoga, Dom's Bump, Greg and the Blitzbox. There was a lot of chat in that. There wasn't a whole lot of hard work going on from our elite athletes, or previously elite athletes. But it was quite good fun to listen to all the rubbish that was going on in the background with that one. And then Seri and the Fishies.
I was babysitting.
True. Right, you mean you're looking after our children?
Yes, true.
Okay, so 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and then we're going to get the juice of a lime. If you want to get the most juice you can out of it, pop it into the microwave for 30 seconds. Or tip to try and get as much out of it as you can. Okay. We don't have a microwave anymore for no reason other than we just ran out of space for something to put it.
I don't like them sitting on the kitchen counter.
And we're going to get a teaspoon of curry powder.
So what, this whole...
All of it. All the juice.
Oh, let's do that.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we just let garlic's kind of cooking nice and softly, slowly. Not very juicy lime actually. Let's do 2 things.
What's in the oven?
So you should smell that. It smells quite nice. Lime, definitely one of my favorite flavors. Natasha saying the blitzies were slowies. To be fair, most of them have hung up the boots these days, or gone over to other endeavors. Okay, it smells good. And we're going to whisk that together, and we're going to pop it in. If we need a splash of water to loosen it, we will. So let's see. Okay. Okay, depending how juicy your limes were, you just want it to form quite a loose paste, so that it's there, so that you can see that it's just come together quite nicely. Oh, splash now. And we're going to add that to the garlic. Good evening, Beverly. Lovely to have you here. Good, because there's water in the pan. So pop that into the pan and we'll cook it off a little bit. And I'm going to strain our chickpeas.
All of it, eh?
Okay, and our chickpeas are going to go in with that. We've got a lovely little peanut butter, lime juice, and curry powder paste came together beautifully. And it's in there with the garlic. It was just cooking gently in a little bit of water. Now those chickpeas are going to pick up all the flavors. And just depending whether we need any more liquid, we'll add some water. But it's looking all right. And we'll bring it all together. And all that needs to happen is that needs to heat through. You want to cook off some of those spices slightly, just let the garlic sort of soften slightly more. And that's going to go into our pitta, or if you're doing it on some rice, or if you're doing it on some cauli rice to keep it low carb, or if you're just serving it with a salad, whatever it is, it's going to be kind of ready to go. With that garlic, the wall of the plate. Antoinette, how's it going? You spent many an hour with us at 26 hours. Good to see you back. So you're just having a little watch with us tonight. Which is super. So let's give it a. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there because our peanut butter was unsalted, so there's no salt coming from anywhere. We need a little bit of salt in here. We need a little bit of acid. We've got that from the lemon juice. We just want to bring out all the flavors, and the salt helps with that. Okay. Then I'm going to toast one of these bad boys, stick them in the toaster, and we'll get ready to kind of serve it up. Pretty quick. Might even take us 10 minutes, not even 15. That's going to go into the toaster.
So the chickpeas don't have to cook that long.
Yeah, so they cook to ready. And you could use a different kind of bean if you wanted to. A butter bean would be quite nice as well. Go quite nicely with all the flavors that we've got going here. Antoinette was a machine this weekend, says Terry. Wasn't she just? All right. You can see that. Put a little bit on the side here. We've got our curried salad. Okay. Okay, I hate chunky salad, so what we're going to do is just get some leaves out and chop them up. So some of the salad's going to go as the filling, and some of the salad will go just on the side. And if you've got other things that you want to add to it, a little bit of tomato or whatever the case is, some pickles or anything like that would be great. Season your salad, always helps. Okay, so that's just waiting for that. Do you want to taste that and just see what we're looking at salt-wise? Taste.
I've got so much lime juice in my fingers.
Tastes good. A little extra chili.
You feel like a little extra chili, yeah. So a pepper.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop some chili in there. We've got some chili oil that might work as well. Just adds a little extra calories, so we're gonna just add a little bit of chili, slightly more salt. Okay, and our thins have toasted. So if you want to, a little scoop of yogurt would be great just to line it all together if you want to. Otherwise, you can just keep it as is, like this. Okay. So I'm going to put one of those bad boys. So a little bit of spice will just bring it together nicely. Hating chunky salad, you too, Tracy. So the best thing is just to chop it up. The key to a salad, everything needs to be about the same sort of size. You want big leaves and all sorts of things in there. It all needs to fit nicely on a fork. It all needs to be able to go into your mouth and not kind of hang out the side. So chop your salad, season your salad, and those are two quick and easy wins. Woo!
It's only half a one.
Okay, magic.
Water.
The chef's a little splash of water. You get all that nice flavor off the bottom of the pan. If it's stuck a little bit, let's get that together. So nice, easy, flavor-filled dinner, but would work well for lunch the next day, exactly as it is. So any meal that you can repeat for lunch next day just makes life a little easier. Got a nice little wintry meal as well. It's overcast and been raining in Cape Town this morning. We had Coach Sean in a stifling Durban with our What We Eat Wednesday segment. He had the braai going for his egg breakfast. It was beautiful. If you haven't caught it up, go see what Sean got up to. Coach Sean whipped up a beautiful little breakfast. Eggs, avo, bit of greens, nice and simple. And down here in the Cape, it's a little bit colder. So we've got a little Cape Malay peanut curry. And just going to pretty much get ready to serve. Just stick it on. Done. So the chickpeas really just needed to heat through. I'm going to put a little bit of greens first. It just saves your pitta or whatever you're using from getting soggy. Kind of acts like a little reinforcement. Okay. Pop those back. Okay. There we go. Now you've got some options here. What's quite nice, if you're using a pitta or if you're using one of these thins, you do it, you could do it on some cauli rice, or you could just do it on a salad to keep it low carb. You could use one slice like it's open there now, so it's like an open sandwich, or if it's your pitta, you can cut it in half, saves you a little bit. Or you've got the option of adding the second one, and you're ready to go with just adding a little extra fuel. So every portion can kind of work, making sure you're getting enough protein. So we're going to add a little bit of that to our salad. Just kind of add it in there. And we've got a lovely, ready to go. Oh, nice little spice. Have a look at that. That chili added a beautiful dimension. That's that. Quick, easy, loads of good nutrition going on there. Great meal prep option. Actually very tasty. Peanut butter and the chili and the lime. Those are just a match kind of made in heaven, which is amazing.
Smells delicious.
Smells pretty good. I'm also quite hungry, so it's a good time to tuck in. Antoinette said Sean's breakfast looked delicious this morning. It's also quite nice just being outside and cooking. Whenever I've got a chance to get outside, I must say during the week I've never lit a braai to cook some eggs. So Sean's one ahead of us there, but I love it when somebody's committed to the cause. So he did an amazing job. Leslie, we need some reprieve from. You've left us hanging, but I think you mean from the heat.
Your mom was complaining.
It's been very hot up north. Antoinette says it looks delicious. Guys, bank that one. If you want to go check it out, it's in the club recipe bank. It's all there, ready to go with your portions and whatever you need. Vary it up. I might put a little dollop of yogurt on to serve, just to make it a little something extra. It'll be quite nice. We're ready to go. Happy?
Yep.
Time to eat, guys. Fabulous. Join us for the rest of the week. Got all sorts of segments happening still. We've got Kath Herman's joining us tomorrow morning. This week's been all about Cancer Week, learning a little bit about how food impacts your health and immune function and recovering from illness. And I'm sure a lot of you know Kath's story. We're going to learn a little bit about the role nutrition played there. So Kath, if you're still watching, looking forward to that. We've got our Soul Food Friday and our breakfast run Saturday. And then the whole cycle repeats again next week. Hopefully you guys have started logging your dots to enter for the month. Remember, 5 out of 7 is what you're aiming for. 5 out of 7 selfies, sweaty selfies. 5 out of 7 days of logging 3 of your nutrition picks, and that gets you into the draw every week and for that amazing prize at the end of the month. So looking forward to that. Someone is going to be very, very lucky to get that. I wonder if we can enter.
I doubt it.
We'll see.
I'm the most unlucky person in the world, so don't count on me.
What do you mean? You got me. Tracy, looks delicious. Have a fab evening to you as well. Leslie, nice to see you guys pop in. Auntie Pat, have a fabulous one. Guys, we will see you all again next week. Enjoy the start to Feb. Lay the foundations. It's going to be another beautiful month with you all. And we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Bye.